Bring me the head of John the Baptist.
I love coming to visit Virginia Opera and performing here. I have ties from my husband to Virginia. He was born here, and we love to come back and be in Virginia. But also the fact that Virginia Opera was really significant in starting out my career. When I was very young, I did my first opera here, which was Merry Widow. I had just had an opportunity to debut at New York City Opera, singing The Merry Widow, and then got engaged here at Virginia Opera to sing The Merry Widow. And then my roles progressed, and I've taken on a greater complexity of characters and have been invited back several times to do, as I mentioned, Valkyra, Blanche in Streetcar Named Desire, which was the last time I was here a couple years ago, and now Salome. There are many challenges to playing Salome. First of all, the one that people cite most often is that they say they need a 16-year-old actress with an Isolde-sized voice because it's so dramatic and so difficult. So it's often hard to find a younger soprano who also has the vocal prowess to pull off the role vocally. So you're constantly dealing with that portrayal of a younger person, which happens to us sopranos, while being able to be dramatic in voice and dramatic in personality. She's an insane character. Sadly so. She's rather naive, but the forces around her have driven her to some insanity, so that's not only fun but challenging to play. When you're portraying a character like Salome, it's very difficult to draw from your own experiences because of the twisted nature of this character. She goes through a lot of psychological pressures that eventually cause her to crack, which you hope none of your colleagues or yourself have had to deal with. But you can draw from a naivete that we all experience in youth, and exuberance and the excitement of new things and discovering new people. It's just that Salome takes it right over the edge. So for a person choosing to visit the opera for the first time, this is not a bad choice because it doesn't take very long. It's start to finish, no intermission. It goes just a tiny bit longer than an average television show. But it's going to contain some real dramatic singing, dramatic content, absurd kind of theater. So it'll be fascinating to people who have never experienced opera before. For those people who are really experienced opera goers, Salome is one of the great, fun, fantastic shows to come and see because the orchestra is so crazy. Everything about the show is crazy. All the different characters with them spouting off of their own, you know, personal situations. Herod, his wife, they all have their issues during the course of the opera. And poor John the Baptist, who's just trying to get his point across and ends up losing his head. But if you're going to lose your head, Salome is a good opera to lose your head over.